it's about respect. These teams know.
Yet another team with, you know, top tier player
Shown from Gilbert Noodle, but hey, never count anything out with these.
Side having that peel, able to kind of pop off on that Luna, definitely is one of the best Luna Snow players. And that new pickup of Forky Dog, also keeping themselves alive on the inside. Great peel from the strategist line of Rad Esports. So able to come back into this upcoming fight with that point, and first take is always super important. Now we have Ultron's Rage on both sides. Gale starts off with his first met by Jibbery on the land. We'll see if they can take advantage of it here.
And we start once more, 80% on for Rad. Again, ult advantage heavily on the side of Dreamland, who launch early with Chuckles. The Freedom Charge onto the point, and the team is committing. Driven right back from Pizza Demon, though, with the dance floor, as immediately the Fate of Both Worlds is going to walk them, and bang! Mace comes through, shuts that down quickly with a Meteor Ram on a Pizza Demon. Stinkers onto Gale now. Another find here for Dreamland, who's trying to get this point controlled. 98%, but they do take it over at 99. Oh, we're very close now, they do. Where that is a ton of percent.
On the opposite side, by a nice rotation by Dreamland, they eventually still lose Valentina.
Yeah, good focus here by Bedtime Story, just driving the back line after not being able to find much value in the front. Forky going to take out Mace early, and that's huge for Rad, as Gilbert now takes out Jabori, and that is two. Bedtime on the Stinkers now, and they are still walking and will get this point. A portal play needs to come in from Mace, which is already being...
Max doing a good job making sure that flank angle doesn't come through from him.
Here we go with the Blaster Barrage. That spin to win with Ultron over the head gives him a little more ability to play aggro. And here we go with a big Jeff opportunity. Does this find value? It does not here, as that does not land. And they're still keeping the pressure forward, as Chime was not able to make that work. Teams are falling. Bedtime Story going to find Stinkers, and that's another big pick early on. All point advantage going to be leaning towards Rad, as we will likely see a sweep now. Valentina falls. She trying both millisecond reaction. So again, that was insane. Bedtime Story again on the high side, going to have that drone to help buy time and just make some more aggressive plays with the Blaster Barrage, get that out quickly. And again, Rad still holding on 2 points with roughly the same ult, as we will have a slight advantage now for Dreamland, who's going to commit. We see Stinkers immediately launch that. Out goes the dance floor. Pizza Demon keeping the team healthy on point. Everybody's going to like to drop backwards together. Just commit 1 for 1. The downside is that's just more time on point for them, as we are at 62 and counting for Rad. Dreamland trying to make a play now. Does have Chime, Jibbery, Chuckles, and Valentina ready. Will they commit? We do see Forky launch out the invisible boundary. Spin to win again. Does this work? And it's matched right back, Venn diagram style, with another ult from Forky.
Yeah, but it's a little bit far back, so they have to still reclaim space. Guru on the main side has been keeping the front line stable, and now here comes also Ultron's Rage alongside the Star-Lord.
Great focus there by Dreamland to retake and touch point at the last second to make that not valuable. Again, Rad just trying to build those ults. Unfortunately, we lost Forky and Pizza relatively quickly, just to the raw pressure from Chuckles and Stinkers there, walking through and just KOing them instantly in the fight. So that is what they need to do. Dreamland needs to keep holding these ults, and utilizing one ult to get that win like that is exactly what they wanted. Dreamland, that is what they need to do and consistently do to take this home, because at this point it's still a one fight. Rad gonna commit ult as Gale launches the Rage. Up we go with the Meteor Ram. That one does not land, as shields get launched upwards, keeping the team healthy now, looking towards the back line, just going to try to fire through the boundary now. Gilbert gonna
heroes to actually make them work, and it's not that Chime is necessarily maybe bad at Jeff. It's just like the team is just not playing around the Jeff comp at all very well, right? It's just like you would miss Jeff ultimates, right? The Jeff would miss, and then they would need to swap, because like, yeah, it's almost just because something's meta, it's not all the time do you want to play it. And that's exactly what I believe Guru was telling you, right? It's just, you know, just because something's good and just because what seems good in the ban phase is you know, we'll see if they can take advantage of that matchup.
Thor's sister, the goddess battle in the sky is very real with Mace and Guru here. You're going to see some small animation cancels. We'll walk through those as we get eyes on. You see it right there. They're going to melee first there. As you saw Guru with the V button prior to the poke. It gets a little more damage off in the neutrals when you're just trying to deal some damage to anyone below you. It definitely is a good way, and honestly, the way to play Angela when you're just trying to deal raw damage to someone below. So well done there. They are going to retake this point. It looks like Rad is still holding on. Forky going to have that ult. Jibbery's going to have all here with the damage onto it, but it was enough to help break it towards the end, as they are now walking forward. Stinkers going to consistently have that. Oh, great ult there. The Groot hug. Bang goes out. Oh, wow. What in the world? Wow. Down to very low HP is going to fall there. Pizza trying to make a big play. Stinker's going to commit with the Ultra, or excuse me, Galactic Legend into the corner. Down goes Guru. Mace going to find Bedtime, shoving him in that angle as we lose Gilbert. Forky goes down. Gale too is just a surprise. There's going to be a res back on Pizza though, but still very valuable picks again. And here we go with Jibbery, just going to deal a ton of damage onto Gilbert Noodle, who falls post teleport, and that could be some early free space with a minute still left on the clock, as they are walking forward now, trying to touch, and and they do as Guru falls here from Gibbery, and they're still keeping this momentum now. And Dreamland is taking this team on and looking incredibly clean as they get point one.
Both, or at least Mace now swaps off of the Angela, going over to the Dr. Shrink.
Some success. Out goes Luna. Ton of focus going down. Goes Pizza immediately from Valentina with some good work. Right back as Chime tries to clean up more. Guru in a dangerous spot drops back towards the team again as Gale matches that rage right back with the Heaven's Retribution, excuse me.
Well, this is why you usually wait to use that Jeff ult. Here comes that Namor whale, and it smacks down into Forky Dog. But starting off with a Jeff ult allows the other team to just hard focus you, right? So usually that's why you see teams start off with Ultron's Rage. Maybe you could force out the other team's Ultron's Rage, but obviously it was pretty apparent where Pizza Demon was going with that ult. Chime just connects on him with the Ultron's Rage and shuts down that entire ult.
Yeah, I believe they wanted to, try to commit E and drop back towards the team. Up we go again. Bedtime gonna find Chime. We come in heavy with, another ult that still does find some damage, burns some shields, but is not enough to get a pick. Jibori is gonna find one. Chuckles two. Gonna commit with ult. We see Mace holding on to the Eye of Agamotto as we get to the final meters here of point two.
And nice shot from the drone from Gale to keep back his Namor, or his Phoenix alive, who is dealing with the Namor on the right side. Eventually, Bedtime Story wins it. Nice support onto Bedtime.
Quickly and give your team more space. Huge Eye of Agamotto goes up on the back line. Now we go to the invisible boundary. It is met right back with BTS and Song. Gilbert now. Is going to find one on Gibbery. And that was a nice attempt there from Gale. Guru, too, with a pull there on Mace. Bedtime going to find Chime. Back and forth we go. Rad still up in numbers as BTS.
Dude, Rad is looking good right now at the current. We'll bring him back because we have yet another res.
And this could be huge. That is a nice take here early. Off map we go. Bang. Down go Stinkers. Valentina going to be res back up. Guru onto Chime. Pizza onto Valentina. Will they be able to come back with the portal touch? It looks like Mace is setting that up. And so with these Adam reses, the double res if need be, and the portal, they have a ton of fights available.
I mean, they're stalling out at the current moment, right? That's the big thing, is that we're nearly a minute and a half off the clock. And they're pushing quite fast, Rad Esports are, but it wasn't nearly as fast, I think, with Dreamland on their attack, actually. So Guru actually trying to stop him and spawn, maybe push off Mace on that.
Actually, Dreamland pushed through with about 55 seconds on the first push. Valentina going to find Guru. It's very difficult to use Angela into a strong invis like Valentina, who plays that hero very well. She's very strong on invis. Again, here we go with Gilbert Noodle ready now. Just trying to find an angle here to use this ult. Will the Strangling Prison be able to bring the whole team together for a group hug? We'll find out shortly. Gonna try to take height and get around that shield. And there it is on height and shield as discussed, with a huge ultimate here from Bedtime, who finds a three-piece. Make it four as Gale gets another BTS.
Case I was talking to you about earlier, man. I mean, Jeff ult just counters invisible boundaries so well. Everybody is in a giant circle for you to be eaten up by Jeff the Land Shark.
And honestly, counter Strange too, as we saw that there. That was a huge Mace ult. It was like a 5-piece, I believe. And still, the eat there from Pizza saves everyone and finds a 3-piece after the fact. That is so much value. I literally can't even describe it to you. So well played. I didn't even notice the res was off there, and that was the reason for the push. So again, just a very smart decision by a team that is known for innovating. And that is another big ult here. The Strangling Prison combined. On the 3-piece once more. Why? At the end, even following that is just obscene. So again, Rad just